My name is Gavin Evans, and this is my review of Bob's Burgers, the movie. And I just want to say one thing I love about this movie right off the bat, and it's the fact that this is a movie based on a TV show that got released in theaters as it should. Whenever a movie comes out based on a TV show and it goes straight to streaming, it's just like, what's the point? I really like El Camino, but it just feels like an extended episode of Breaking Bad. What would make that movie special is if I got to see Jesse and Walt on the big screen. That is what would have made it special. The new season of Stranger Things came out today, and every episode is like a ridiculous length of time. So if they did a Stranger Things movie, and it's just another hour and a half long episode, it just doesn't feel special. You put it on the big screen, it does. You know, one day I'm sure they're going to make a community movie because of 6 seasons in a movie, and if that movie goes straight to streaming, it would be so disappointing. If that movie goes to the big screen, it would be great. So I can't say this enough, but the fact that this is a movie based on a TV show and it got released on the big screen is a wonderful thing indeed. And it doesn't hurt that this is a delightful movie. Perfect? Absolutely not, but delightful nonetheless. If you like the TV show Bob's Burgers, then I don't see you not liking this movie. It's got the same kind of humor, the same kind of charm, it's got all your favorite characters. There's no reason not to like this movie. It does just feel like an extended episode, and I think it works in that kind of formatting. Like, if the characters left the town and they went on this epic globe-trotting adventure, it'd be like, well, it doesn't really feel like Bob's Burgers. So I like the fact they kept it simple and they just went with it. The entire cast does a really good job, as they do on the show. First, you've got H. John Benjamin, who's just got such an iconic voice, and I really do think he's got great comedic delivery, and I really like him in the role of Bob. You've got Christian Shao, who I think is great in everything that she's in. Like, she is such a fantastic voice performer, and she's absolutely hilarious as Louise. And then you've got Dan Mintz as Tina, and he's the standard. He is the voice actor to crack me up the most in this show and in this movie. Just his line delivery and his comedic timing is so on point. I just think he's absolutely fantastic. Then you've got John Roberts, who plays Linda, and he's really funny as well. You've got Eugene Mormon, who is hilarious as Gene, and the rest of the cast does a really good job too. The animation looks just like it does on TV, but on the big screen, and it's still the right kind of animation for this kind of show. If it went 3D animation, I wouldn't like it. If they went really detailed and realistic animation, it wouldn't fit this kind of show, so I think it's perfectly fine the way it is. And this movie is a musical, and I know they sing every now and again in the show, but when they started singing in the movie, I'm just like, oh, this is definitely going to be the worst part about this movie without a doubt, because they do not sound good at all. But then they played like they're in on the joke too, and it feels like it's a purposely bad decision that did end up really working for me. Like, even the way the characters move and dance during these sequences, it all feels like it borders on the line of being a spoof. And that approach did really work for me. There's even a villain song in the last act, and the way they handled the entire moment was just pitch perfect comedic delivery. And I'm just like, you know, I'm not going to listen to this song as I drive down the street, but it's legitimately a great song for what the movie needed it to be. And the movie is really funny. It cracked me up in a few different moments. Like, some of the dialogue is just so absurd, and it's just so smart and witty and funny and so quick in moments that you could miss it. So I really enjoyed the humor, and the story is a bit hit or miss for me. The movie begins with this plot where there's this sinkhole that opens up in front of the burger place, making it impossible for them to gain any customers. And while that plot was going on, I'm just like, oh, you know what? This movie just feels like it's meandering. It just feels like nothing is happening right now, and I thought the movie had zero momentum in that first act. But then there's this murder mystery plot that gets introduced, and from that point forward, the movie consistently gets better. I was able to get engaged with that plot, I was invested, and the movie progressively gets better with a really funny, really great last act. But I will say one other thing I didn't like that this movie did was they tried to give Louise, Gene and Tina some character arcs, and I just don't think it's that kind of movie. They're not that kind of characters that really need it. So anytime we see their fantasies and what they're trying to accomplish, it actually feels like it has nothing to do with the main plot, and they have to keep reminding you that these character moments are in there. And I just don't think it was needed. But look, I don't have a lot to say on Bob's Burgers. If you've seen the show, you know exactly what to expect, and you're going to get that. It is a delightful, funny, entertaining movie. It doesn't change the dynamic of the show. There's not a plot where Bob gets cancer or anything. It never tries to be this emotional, compelling movie. It never tries to be thought-provoking. It knows exactly what it is, and it just runs with it. And if you're on board with it, I think you'll have a good time. So I'm going to go ahead and give the Bob's Burgers movie a 6 out of 10. It is really cool to see these characters on the big screen. I wish that more TV show movies would take this approach because it's all the more satisfying. But have you seen the Bob's Burgers movie? What did you think about it? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe. Stay tuned for some more videos soon, and Gavin out.